very excited to welcome you this evening to the 15th Annual Riverwalk Tribute, and it is our honor and pleasure this evening to be recognizing Kelley Shanley. Kelley, it's a real pleasure for us to be able to take this time to tell you what we think of you. I will draw your attention very quickly to our slideshow. I would encourage you to watch. You'll see our sponsors and our partners presented, and you'll see little snippets of Kelley's life through photographs. Some he hasn't seen for a while, I think, as well. Having said that, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Riverwalk's chair, Greg Oram. Greg, would you join us?
The two most important words in our language, according to me, are thank and you. And it's great when we put them together. And now I'm going to basically start off by thanking a few folks. This evening would not be possible without many members, volunteers, and financial partners. And I'd like to thank and recognize the following sponsors for their contribution: Bimini Boatyard, the Las Olas Company, BB&T, JM Family Enterprises, Starmark International, Bacardi, Bank of America, Broward Center for the Performing Arts, Ellis Connects, First Lauderdale Investments, JM Lexus, Lochrie and Chakas, Austin and Christine Foreman, Pearson Grant, Premier Beverage, Riverwalk Plaza Associates, Space Plus Storage, Stevenson's Distributing, and Think Magazine. Thank you all. In addition, I'd like to acknowledge and recognize our Riverwalk board members who volunteer their time at this and many other events, as well as a special thank you to the Tribute Committee. And if you could just raise your hand, if you're, Marguerite Sorensen, Barbara Stern, Jackie Harnett, Mary White, Connie Lowenthal, Connie Cheney, Jan Goodhart, and Mark Budwig. Thank you. All of you did an outstanding job with the logistics and securing sponsors and silent auction items. I would also be remiss without acknowledging the incredible behind-the-scenes work that the Riverwalk staff does. Thank you, Gina, Christina, Patrick, Gabby, and Kim for the long hours and the hard work in putting all of this together. Our mission is to be the catalyst in building and nurturing Riverwalk as a vibrant community connected by the New River. Over 26 years ago, a group of passionate, concerned citizens had the idea that this community should have a wonderful outdoor space for everyone to enjoy on the banks of the New River. Their perseverance and guidance laid the foundation for what we have today. Throughout the years, we have grown from simply personalizing bricks and banners along the Riverwalk to creating signature events and lasting memories for hundreds to thousands of residents and tourists to enjoy year-round. Today, with your help, we actually host and partner over 100 events annually. That's amazing. Those events include things like Get Downtown, which, by the way, is this coming Monday, so I hope to see you all there. Burger Battle, Seafood Fest, Bacon Bash, Color Run, Battle for the Paddle, Light Up Lauderdale, all of which draw hundreds, if not thousands, to the park and the district. In addition, with the help of our corporate, private, and civic partners, we are able to provide hardscaping for everybody to enjoy within the park and the district. That hardscaping includes game tables, Adirondack chairs, exercise stations on the north and soon on the south side of the river. There are so many amazing ways to enjoy the park. Residents can walk their dogs at sunset or just sit in one of the chairs and watch the boats go by. Now, with the new Riverwalk trolley, you basically can start here, go down the river to Marty's New River Bistro, have a meal, see a show, come back here for an after nightcap or whatever you'd like to do, and stroll along Las Olas. If you're out and about on Wednesdays, stop by Stranahan Park for noon tunes, or visit one of the 3 Gourmet Delight kiosks for a coffee or a light bite to eat. And if exercise is your thing, Book a day with the Riverwalk Recreational Hub vendor, offering yoga, paddleboard, Segway, bicycle tours, cardio meetups, dog training classes, and our newest addition, Echo Boat rentals. Your time and your treasure allows us to serve this community. Kelley, thank you for your contribution as a former Riverwalk board member, as a former chair. You've helped grow this community. Like Kelley, with all of you, this is possible. Without you, nothing is possible. To all of our members, thank you. If you are not a member, I hope you'll join us, and I hope to see you in the park. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. We appreciate that very much. And for those of you with Noon Tunes, it is in Huizinga Plaza rather than Stranahan Park. We don't want you to miss it, so be sure you come on Wednesday. It's my pleasure to just show you a little snippet, Kelley, that was sent your way by Mayor Seiler, who was not able to join us. And if Commissioner Rogers and Commissioner Trantellis and City Manager Lee Feldman will join us while that's being done.
Hey, Kelley, I wish I was there to celebrate with you. I wish that I could be there to enjoy this awesome evening where the city of Fort Lauderdale and our Riverwalk gets to honor you and pay tribute to an unbelievable guy. You have been fantastic for the city of Fort Lauderdale. Ever since you came to the Performing Arts Center back many years ago, you have just been an awesome asset to our community, a great addition to Fort Lauderdale. And then in the last 5-6 years, now that you've taken over at the helm at the Broward Center, what a job. All I can say is what an unbelievable job you have done. And it's so cool that the Riverwalk is paying tribute to you because you have anchored the Riverwalk. We've talked about what we needed to have happen on the Riverwalk to be successful. We talked about what we needed at one end of the Riverwalk for it to be the best Riverwalk in the country, and you have delivered. Your leadership, your style, your personality, your ability to communicate so well with so many different groups has just taken the whole Riverwalk to the next level, and especially the entertainment area of the Riverwalk down there at the far end of the river. So listen, keep up the great work. Thank you so much for all you've done for the city. I hope you enjoy this evening. This is a great chance to kind of get a little bit of the credit for all the unbelievable work you've done, all the great accomplishments and achievements. Have fun. You know, they're going to put a brick on the Riverwalk in your honor, and then after this, you're going to realize it gets a little uncomfortable with people stepping on you all the time. So, you know, you'll enjoy tonight, but tomorrow when you get that first high heel in the back of your head or something, that brick on the Riverwalk, it's going to feel a little different. But in the interim, enjoy the evening. Keep doing the great work that you do, and thank you again for your unbelievable contributions to Fort Lauderdale. God bless you, God bless you and your family. You know, hopefully you got the three kids here with you and enjoy this evening. Have a great night, and thanks again.
Hey, I think he's better on TV than in person, don't you? Well, good evening, everybody. This is certainly a pleasure to be able to get up here and recognize and honor such an instrumental guy in our community. And as the mayor said, the Performing Arts Center has anchored our Riverwalk for a long time, and now it's all gussied up and pretty and expanded, and so we all get to even enjoy it more. And without Kelley driving the ship, it certainly wouldn't have happened. So not only is he a great administrator, a great COO, a CEO, but he's a great fundraiser too. We all know that, right? Some of you in the room have one arm longer than the other because it's been twisted a while, and that's okay too. So I want to read this proclamation, and I want to preface it with, we get to read a lot of these proclamations, and certainly some of them are a little puffy, maybe a little overblown. But you know, Kelley deserves each and every one of these whereases in here. So I'm going to keep reading the whereases. So here we go. Whereas Riverwalk Fort Lauderdale is proud to recognize Kelley Shanley as the 2015 Riverwalk Tribute Honoree for his exemplary contributions to the programs and advancements of Riverwalk, and his steadfast commitment to creating a vibrant, active downtown destination. And whereas, serving as president and CEO of the Performing Arts Center Authority, which operates the Broward Center for Performing Arts, Kelley Shanley was instrumental in launching Encore, Building Community Through the Arts, a $58 million capital campaign, reinvigorating and revitalizing the entire Performing Arts Center campus, while enhancing the position as the anchor of the Riverwalk Arts and Entertainment District. And whereas today the Broward Center features update theaters, new dining spaces, refreshed public gathering areas, 2 new state-of-the-art facilities, the Huizinga Pavilion and the Rose Miniaci Arts Education Center, and all of which have elevated the profile of Riverwalk, allowed for expanded arts and entertainment programming, strengthened community engagement, and certainly heightened the cultural identity and vitality of downtown Fort Lauderdale. And whereas, as past chair of the Riverwalk Fort Lauderdale, Kelley Shanley worked collaboratively with board members to develop long-range strategies to enhance and activate the Riverwalk. Many of these planning efforts are now coming to fruition, highlighted by and launched the popular Riverwalk Gourmet Delights food kiosks and the addition of street artists and performers, which will add to the area's unique arts, entertainment, and cultural ambience. And whereas Kelley Shanley contributions extend far beyond the walls of Broward Center and the banks of the New River. Under his direction, the Broward Center has expanded its award-winning educational programs, including the student enrichment in the arts, partnering with Broward County Public Schools, which has served more than 2.7 million students over the past 2 decades. And whereas the City of Fort Lauderdale salutes Kelley Shanley for his exemplary leadership, vision, dedication, and the continued growth and development of the Riverwalk in our downtown. Now, therefore, we as the City Commissioners, the City of Fort Lauderdale, do hereby proclaim April 23rd, 2015 as Kelley Shanley Day. Yeah. And obviously, it's dated and signed by our Honorable Mayor, who couldn't be here, but graced us with his TV presence. So, Kelley, congratulations.
No, I think they'd like to take a photo. So do I.
Come on in here.
This is yours. This is you.
First here, 1, 2, and right there, please. Thank you.
Come on, great. Picture.
Yeah, get you.
That's
Get in
okay.
there, Gina. 1, 2. Hold that, 1, 2. Thank you. One more. 1, 2.
And I'll just do one. Thanks, Jenny.
Thanks, guys. We'll appreciate it.
We're not done with you yet. So stand by.
You want to say a few words?
I was gonna, not yet. So would you like to say it? You sure? And now that we've talked about his engagement, it's Robert's turn to talk about Kelley.
Well, hello everybody. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Greg, and thank you everybody at the Riverwalk Trust for all that you do for this, for our great linear park. And really, everyone by being here, of course, is contributing to that. I mean, it's this group that keeps our Riverwalk vibrant, that keeps it enhanced, and of course keeps it programmed. So thank you very much. And I guess I was invited to introduce our honoree because through my involvement through the Performing Arts Foundation, I get to work with Kelley every day. And if that translated somehow that I would have some insight as to what makes him so visionary, such a great guy, I don't have that. So I'm sorry to disappoint. Although I will certainly say that we can acknowledge that he's got incredible luck. Look at his wonderful wife, Sarah, and the fact that he was able to win her hand. So But beyond that, I don't know. I think Kelley, it just goes to your core. I mean, you just are a great guy, and I think that certainly comes through everything you've done. But just to give a quick little bit of history, as we all know, Kelley Shanley has been the president and CEO of the Performing Arts Center Authority, which runs the Performing Arts Center here as well as a few others for a number of years. Before that, he was the general manager of the Performing Arts Center for 10 years. He has always been involved in the theater, started out actually in the ticket office of a small theater in Boston, Massachusetts, moved on from there. He was a quick study, figured out it was something he enjoyed, quickly moved into sound technical engineer, moved on to the actual operations of the facility, then went into management, at which point he came back and joined us when Mark Nierhausen, who's here, brought him down and hired him. So we certainly are the beneficiary of that. Not only does he serve as the CEO and president, he's been extremely involved in the Riverwalk Trust, serving as its chair. He's involved with the Broward Workshop, with the Broward Alliance, etc. As well as at the same time, raising 3 wonderful children here in Broward County, which is no small feat when you think that in the evenings, Kelley and Sarah are often entertaining dignitaries, taking donors, folks in this room, spending time at the theater for probably the 5th, 6th, 7th time they've seen a show, showing up the next morning as Kelley does, dressed as Santa Claus for his kids at school. So those are the type of balancing act that somebody like Kelley has to do, that and his civic involvement. And really what's transferred out of that is his involvement with the Riverwalk, specifically working with the city, and there's a lot of city folks here tonight who worked with him intently on the creation of the New River Master Plan, through which we came to the designs and Kelley led the charge to move forward. So most recently, we all know that the center, well, first of all, as explained, as Romney said, that he raised a bunch of money. Well, it's a lot more than that. He planned, he was inspiration, he was the vision behind it. He then raised the money and implemented a $60 million expansion to the Broward Center, including the Huizenga Pavilion, that was designed with his insistence from the very beginning to bring a new face to Riverwalk, to get rid of the boundaries that separated the Riverwalk from the theater. It was always very close, but there was a lot of lush landscaping that wasn't serving a purpose, but keeping people in the theater away from the Riverwalk. Going even a step further and actually bringing an entertainment venue in the form of the restaurants and the pavilion to the Riverwalk itself. So now the Riverwalk and the theater are one. And what's important to note is what that means to the Riverwalk and what it means to our city. Over 700 unique events occur in the Performing Arts Center every year. 700 events that are programmed right now. 700,000 people come into the front doors of the Performing Arts Center now through the Riverwalk. Over 150,000 kids come into the come into the Performing Arts Center from 250 different public schools. So this is real transformable issues, real things that are happening to our Riverwalk through Kelley's vision, through raising the funds to do it, and then implementing and seeing it be done. So that's why Kelley Shanley is such an important part of our community. That's why he's done so much for the Riverwalk, and of course that's why it's such an honor to present Kelley Shanley, your honoree, tonight.
Wow. Well, thanks, Robert. That was fantastic, and thanks all of you for being here. Thank you to the Riverwalk Trust, not just for tonight, but for all you do for the community. It really is great to have a group like the Trust that is dedicated to bringing people in and building community around really an amazing asset that any city would love to have, a linear park along a river, running through the center of downtown. I'm so privileged to be the honoree tonight, so thanks very much. A long time ago, my father said to me, among many bits of advice that fathers give to sons, but one of the things he said was, if you want to learn, if you want to grow, if you want to be a better person, you should surround yourself with people who are smarter than you are. Now, at the time he first said that to me, I was a teenager, so obviously I couldn't imagine who was smarter than I was. But as time went on, that lesson kind of sunk in, and so my strategy, as laid out by my father, I thought I would implement by marrying somebody who was way smarter than me. And that is Sarah. So I got that covered with Sarah, and there is a brick on the Riverwalk that says something that I say very often, which is, Sarah, thanks for marrying me. So. There is also the notion that the key to happiness in life is to make yourself useful, doing something important with good people. It sounds like instructions for anybody in life to be useful to society. It sounds like what you should try to achieve, but it really is about being happy. And what I think is that this room should be full of some of the happiest people on the planet. Because this is a room full of people that are working really hard every day to do something very important, and that is build a great city here in Fort Lauderdale. Everybody, whether you're with the Chamber, whether you're with the Riverwalk Trust or the Broward Center for the Performing Arts, all of it contributes to building a great city. That's why we know we're here. That's what we have in common. That's why we come to these things in that spirit. And I just want to recognize a few of the very good people that I've had the privilege of doing some of that work with. First of all, members of the Broward Performing Arts Foundation, Robert, the leader right now, the president of the foundation, and several other of our Broward Performing Arts Foundation members here tonight. I'd like to give them a hand for all the work they do for the Broward Center every day. And my bosses, the Performing Arts Center Authority, what an amazing group of people we have assembled on the Authority. These are people who, going back to the notion of surrounding myself with people who are smarter than I, this is a group of smart people. It's a group of wise people, and I mean wise in every sense of that word. If you ever attend one of our meetings, you'll know what I mean. They're a wise bunch of folks, but they have guided this process. They've guided the center from Mark to me and throughout the years to the success that it is today. Our Performing Arts Center Authority members who are here tonight, please raise your hand. You've done such an amazing job. Thanks for all you do. The staff at the Broward Center, truly an amazing staff. I mean, you're not going to find a better staff in any performing arts center in the country, and I would go so far as to say any company in the country. These are great people, and for all of you who, really the Broward Center is your asset. It's the community's asset, and the Broward Center staff are stewards of that asset, and I think all of you can feel confident that some of the finest professionals in the world are out there every day trying to make the best use of it, trying to put it in service of this community and really succeeding at it. And one of the things I'd like to share with you is that just a couple weeks ago, the numbers came out for the first quarter of this year, and the Broward Center ranked as the #2 building in the entire nation for attendance. And that staff, those people, a lot of them here tonight, please raise your hand, you guys. You are doing it every day and killing it. You are killing it. I love you guys. Doug, you raise your hand too. You can take some credit for that. And we do all this and really getting back to the notion of really pursuing our collective happiness, right? That we're doing that by committing ourselves, committing our time and energy to important causes, and that is building a great city. We do that in the context of city leadership that really makes that possible. You heard from the mayor, Commissioner Rogers, and Trent Hallis here tonight, and City Manager Lee Feldman, the entire commission. They create an environment here that is ripe for people like you and me to come in and do things that make the community better. We've got great partners at the city, great leadership at the city, and I'm really grateful for all of them. Thank you. So I'm going to end right there and just say let's continue the work of pursuing our own happiness, making ourselves work towards the common good of creating a great city here. And I'm so grateful to do it with all of you. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for supporting the Riverwalk Trust and for being here tonight. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christina, and I wanted to just take a quick minute to thank you all for coming tonight. And I wanted to give a special thanks to Jan and Mary for bringing the Broward Center Spotlight young ladies who put on a wonderful introduction to the show. They were great. And for you, Kelly, I'd like to present you with a certificate of your brick that is placed in the Riverwalk.
Is it? Yeah. So I didn't realize this was a voodoo brick, according to that. That's interesting. Okay. Thank you. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
And we've also heard that you are a great fan of wonderful beer, craft beer, specialty beer. So this is a specialty beer box with a growler and ingredients for you to make your own.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
So when you make your new brew, we're ready to taste it.
Thanks so much. Sure.
Yep, you want to hold?
Hold everything.
That's yours. Hold everything.
Hold everything.
Thank you so much. 1, 2.